Hello, my dudes. It is October 5th, which means it is my birthday. I am 25 today, and I have a special present from my past self. If you haven't been watching my channel long, you may not know that in high school I started to do this little series where I would make videos for my future self, and I ended up doing one all throughout high school, answering the same questions every year. So I guess I ended up doing it again when I was 20, which was 5 years ago, 2015. So today we have the pleasure of watching this video for the first time in years. I can't remember the last time that I happened to check this. I think I noticed it hidden in my files last year, but it's specifically called Dear 25-Year-Old Self. So let's see what past me has to say. I'm slightly nervous, but I'm excited because who do I love more than me? Oh God. Look at me!
Hey future me, it's 20-year-old you.
Okay, first of all, I have to cut in immediately. Does my hair not look almost exactly the same? Like, yes, this is grown out quarantine hair, but oh my God. This is me in my freshman dorm at my first university. You can see that it looked very dreary. It's very dark in here in this video. Anyway, well, let's continue.
I did a series like this talking to myself throughout high school. Hopefully that video still exists.
Okay, hold on a second. Did I have a lisp? Do I have a lisp? Now I'm way too focused on my S's. Lisps are fine, obviously, but I feel like I never noticed until I started doing the process of straightening my teeth, and then I would like be hyper aware of everything and I'd be like, do I have a lisp? With my like aligners in. But you can kind of hear it then, and this is way before I ever straightened my teeth, so just distracted by my past self. Continue.
I've got some questions for future me. Let's go. Today is November 5th, 2015, and I'm 20 years old.
November 5th, 2015, and I was 20. Okay.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Ferguson, and I'm a freshman at Loyola University, New Orleans.
Okay, I have to say, my teeth. Yes. I still get almost surprised, like I don't recognize myself when I watch my old videos. I don't know, it's wild. I always ask people like, oh, did you ever notice like my teeth, my bottom teeth were crooked? And people are like, no, I never noticed. And I'm like, that's all that I pay attention to. But again, it's myself. You're critical of yourself and your own appearance. But yeah, some people are like, oh, it gives you character. I'm like, okay, but it's also bad for my dental health. So happy my teeth are at least straighter 5 years later.
What are you currently doing, and what do you see yourself doing next year?
I'm currently sitting on my floor filming a YouTube video. What am I doing in life? Hey, me, I am now a full-time YouTuber, and I'm about to graduate from college. You must not have predicted that it would take us this long, but that's fine. Next year, hopefully, I will be working a lot, as in posting a lot of great content on YouTube and hopefully enjoying life. Just the bare, essential joys. I am not good at answering questions right now. This is the hardest Q&A I've ever done.
Currently, I'm a film student, I'm a freshman, and I make YouTube videos in my spare time. Next year, hopefully I'll still be in school, but I'm not sure if I'll be here or if I'm gonna want to transfer.
Yes, you transferred. It took a while. It was very difficult, but you did it.
Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am, girly. Not with the boyfriend at this time, though. Makes me fix my hair. Good idea.
I'm in a relationship with and in a few months it will be our 2-year anniversary. What's something big that you want to do or accomplish by next year?
I'm sorry, honey. You don't know what happens in 2020. Ooh, thinking of the future and making plans. Something big and important to do. We've given up on that. Okay, I guess to be more serious, yes, I am looking forward to graduating. That's happening in the next few months. And then beyond that, living my post-grad life. Again, we're kind of not lowering standards, but we're adjusting our expectations. If you survive, that's great, to be honest. This is dark. Poor girl. She had no idea.
By next year, I hope that my YouTube channel explodes. I hope that I've blown up by next year.
Actually, let's think. November 2016. No, your channel did not blow up by November 2016. November 2017, by then it had had some growth. Yeah, it's gonna take you a few years to blow up. Keep going. Don't give up.
And I hope that I have traveled more. I hope that I'm making more money. I hope that I'm cuter.
Okay, traveled more, yes. After this year, I think I went to Vancouver for the first time. I visited some friends in Indiana, went around the Midwest a little bit, went to Chicago. So yeah, I did a good bit of traveling back then. If she's talking about from then to now, yes, done a lot of traveling since then. Do I make more money? I was laughing because at the time I was probably more broke a year after this. But yes, girl, we made some money. We are financially comfortable right now. It's a weird sensation. But wait, am I cuter?
I want to find more creative success, and I hope that I've done bigger and better creative projects.
Okay, girly, you found some creative success on YouTube, but that's still valid.
What are some pop culture references for this year? It's 2015. What are those? I hate that. What are the kids saying nowadays? Honestly, like, pop culture moves so fast that I can't even keep track.
Once again, you thought it was moving whatever. This whole video is just gonna be like, oh, ignorant you in the past who has no idea what the future holds. It's like, yeah, of course. But am I supposed to answer this question? I think so. Pop culture references for 2020. Is the pandemic a meme? In some ways, yes. Donald Trump being in the hospital for COVID and then leaving early. TikTok in general.
How many subscribers do you have? It's gonna be really weird in the next few years because we have no idea. We, as in me, have no idea where YouTube is heading. But from what I can see, it's heading in more of a paid subscription direction while maintaining the free atmosphere as well.
It's technically
so now
true.
It's like two separate sides of YouTube, which is very interesting. But
like, YouTube Premium is a thing, ad-free watching, which, by the way, I love YouTube Premium. Downloading my vids, the dorkiest way to say that. Closing the app and it still continues playing, amazing. But I essentially watch the same, like, free content.
I am at
how many subs?
55,000 and something.
How many subs, girly? Gotta stop calling myself girly.
I'm currently at 55,126 subscribers.
Wow, 55,000. And now you're at 600,000. Something. 610,000 even, maybe. That's pretty incredible. Go us.
In 5 years, if I haven't hit 1 million yet, damn it. No, not even 5. 2 years. We can do this. I'm likable.
Okay, hold on. Reality check. This girly thought she could go from 55,000 to 1 million in 2 years? And she was making fun of us for not reaching that within 5 years? I'm sorry. I have 600,000 subscribers now. Can't we be proud of me? I'm sorry I haven't hit the magic million yet. So ungrateful. These past selves.
Now, a big question. How are you feeling and are you happy?
That is indeed a big question. How am I feeling and am I happy? Yes, I am happy, though during quarantine, happiness is somewhat relative. Like, basically, I have to appreciate on a daily basis, I am healthy, I am alive, my bills are paid, my rent is paid, and I still have a job. So, like, based on those metrics, I am doing great. Fantastic. In terms of, like, total life satisfaction, it's been better, but I think that's just due to the isolation. But I'm very lucky to have Nathan, and he is an absolute sweetheart. And he, you know, he's my rock. I forgot to mention, back in that other question, forgot to mention, I have been in a relationship with Nathan, an Englishman that I met in New York, for over 3 years now. So, yeah, things have changed. You would not have expected. But anyway, how was I feeling in 2015?
In the last week or so, I was questioning that myself, and I am happy. I do like it here, but I don't absolutely love it yet, and that might be because I haven't really made any friends. I haven't made much of an effort to really connect myself to this place. But I am happy, a little overwhelmed, just by choices for the future. I'm not sure if I want to stay here for all 4 years. But overall, I'm feeling good.
Okay, first of all, I feel bad for her. She's saying that she's happy and that she's good and like everything's great. But like things were not great. I mean, actually, things were about to get much worse a few months after this. You're actually gonna have a pretty rough next 6 months. So I apologize, but I think I could feel it building at that time. Or at least like, I don't know, at that time I had like been at that school for a few months and I was right. I did not put in effort to make friends. And then, you know, being at a small school and feeling lonely, and my boyfriend at the time was the only person I knew. So, you know, I mean, I do have a habit of isolating myself to hang out with my boyfriend. I'm a romantic gal. I love love. But also, young me, it is important to make friends. And I know you knew that, but we also struggle. And I actually was just talking about this the other day. I'm still struggling to make friends. So I totally understand. And I know that you're overwhelmed, but I'm really proud of you for making the decision that you did to leave Loyola after, 3 semesters, because you could have stayed there for the whole 4 years and things could have been different. They could have gotten better. You could have made friends eventually, but that would not have led you to be where you are now, where I am now. So everything happens for a reason, or nothing happens for any reasons, and life is just random. Take it either way.
Did you travel anywhere new in the last year? This year, 2015, I did travel a bit. I went to Sequoia for the first time.
That's it.
I really hope that I end up traveling a lot in future years, so let me know where we went.
Okay, so let me tell you something really exciting. We're going to study abroad in France in the spring semester of 2017. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna fall in love in this cute little French town, and you're gonna have a wonderful study abroad time, and then you're gonna travel all over Europe and hit a bunch of places and go on this trip and ride buses and trains, and we traveled a lot. And then you meet Nathan, and then you continue to travel. You move to New York City. Well, not really. You move to Long Island, and then you go to England many times, and then you go back to Amsterdam. Then you live in England for a couple months with Nathan and his family, and then eventually you visit Dublin, and then you move to New York City. Queens, but still, New York City, it's one of the boroughs. So yeah, girly, you're gonna be going quite a few places. It's very exciting.
Advice for my 25-year-old self.
Let's hear it.
Wow you, wow me, we're 25. Oh my god, you're old. I hope that I am happy, number one. I hope that I got my degree.
Hey, almost there.
I hope that I'm killing it in the film, TV, whatever, media, business.
Spoiler, you didn't want to actually work in film or TV, so you are doing digital media, you're doing YouTube, but you're a full-time tuber, okay? What's better than that?
I hope that I've traveled and gone to a bunch of different continents.
Continents. Well, I've been to 2, maybe 3. That's cool, okay.
And I hope that I'm honest with myself.
Ooh.
I also hope that I don't have any kids yet. 25 seems a bit young for me, but who knows? 25-year-old me. I hope that I'm cute. I promise I'm not as shallow as I seem. I know you think, young me, I was so dumb. No, I'm pretty smart, but I can't imagine what I'm gonna be like in 5 years. That's crazy. 2020.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Sounded like I threw up just at the mention of this unholy year.
But yeah, like I said, I just hope that I'm happy and satisfied with my choices and that I'm always chasing more. I want to always be seeking to improve myself and get better in different ways.
A girl did not want to get complacent, and that is good advice from a young me. You don't want to get stuck and sometimes you have to strike a balance, at least for me, you have to strike a balance between comfort and, having routines and feeling safe versus, putting yourself out there and not getting stuck to where you're too comfortable or too complacent and you don't feel like challenging yourself in any ways anymore. So yes, that's a good point.
So 25-year-old me, do you have any advice for me? I'm sure you have a lot of advice for me based on what's happened in these last 5 years.
Advice for 20-year-old me and beyond. Instead of getting Smile Direct Club, which is a cheaper alternative, maybe just go straight for Invisalign so that you don't have to get Invisalign later. Just a suggestion. Though, at the time, you could not afford Invisalign, so I don't know what to tell you. Oh, also, you should probably go to the dentist sooner because you have a lot of cavities that are going to need to be filled and it's going to cost you a lot. Also, your wisdom teeth are going to grow in soon and that's also going to cost you a few $1,000s. So I don't know, you might want to start a dental insurance plan because you didn't have health insurance. So none of that was covered. There's a lot that I want to include, but don't want to put on YouTube. So hey, you made some bad choices, you made some good choices. I think in the end, everything was all right and you made amends. But yeah, you're gonna have some rough patches.
Any words of wisdom now that you're 25 and ancient?
Okay. I'm very young, thank you.
Is YouTube even still a thing? Like, what's up with social media? I mean, you're 25, so who knows? I hope that you're not, like, super into social media, because you're 25.
Stop it!
That's for the teens.
Stop! You're so rude.
But yeah, I can't imagine that YouTube would be gone. If anything, is it just more? Is it just bigger?
Yes, it is. Okay, to answer your rude question, I'm not old. We are actually quite young still. We're very hip. I mean, like, I'm not, like, I can't keep up with the teens. I can't keep up with Gen Z for the most part, but I stay in the loop. I try to stay informed for the sake of media studies, if anything. YouTube has definitely grown and changed in a lot of ways since 2015. Maybe for the better, I don't know. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon, so we'll see how things change. Yeah, there's an app called TikTok. I think you know about Musical.ly, you know, the cringy lip syncing app for children. Yeah, that's gonna evolve into TikTok, which is kind of a combination of Vine 2.0 and I don't know, just another relatively short attention span app. But it's not just for teens. Adults use it. Everybody loves TikTok. And even if you try to avoid it, which you're trying to do now, it's still everywhere.
What social media is currently popular? I mean, Instagram's very popular, Vine, Snapchat, YouTube.
Yes, again, RIP Vine, we do miss it. It was a good time while it lasted. Snapchat, I mean, some people still use Snapchat, but I deleted mine many, many moons ago. Is my water...
And of course, college freshman me is wondering, did you get your degree? I hope that you did. Otherwise, it's a big waste of all this money. How is that student loan debt, by the way?
Oh.
Did you ever end up paying it off? Probably not by 25.
Well, girly, let's talk about it, okay? Hey, you making fun of me for not being successful enough or being too old? Guess what? I've paid off most of my student loans. The only ones left are subsidized, so why would I pay them interest-free for the next few months? Plus, because we're in a pandemic, federal student loan payments are paused. So I'm chilling, okay? But I could afford to pay the rest of them off if I wanted to. I love how, like, rude and condescending I'm being to my past self because I'm defensive. Yeah, surprise, you ended up making a lot more money than you ever thought you would be at this age. That's been wonderful. You used it well. You paid off your credit card debt that you were building up at this point, so you're welcome. And also, yes, you knocked out most of your student loans. So get off my back. I also have a savings account and a retirement fund, a Roth IRA. You should be proud of me.
Future me, I hope that I get some scholarships so that future me doesn't have to struggle paying off all this debt for this nice education that I'm getting. I hope it's worth it.
Here's the thing also, good idea leaving that private university because you would have had to take out at least 10 grand in student loans every year, and instead you transferred to a New York public college, which is completely covered by financial aid and has not contributed to your debt at all. If anything, you've probably had excess financial aid every year to help you pay for books and other things. So good job you, good job me. We've done well.
In closing, nice to meet you, old me, old you, young you. I'm confused.
I am young, thank you.
I hope that the first half of my 20s have been eventful and interesting and educational.
They have been, very.
Oh my god, we're halfway through the 20s?
Yep.
You're gonna be 30 in 5 years? God.
Honestly, judging by the difference in this 5 years, I'm sure the next 5 years are going to be great. 30-year-old me is going to be wonderful and young and beautiful and kind and loving and generous and revolutionary, and that's what matters, okay? 30-year-old me is likely to be married, potentially with children, or at least a few dogs. That's exciting.
I'm going to insert some pictures of everybody currently.
Oh.
The fam.
Here's a transformation. Almost forgot to mention that my sister is going to have my first nephew any day now. I'm going to become an aunt. Auntie Tiff.
Thanks, me. Love, me. Okay, thanks, bye.
Okay, so generally 5 years ago, I was a rather sad, lonely, broke freshman in college who was mostly stressed about classes and work study and what vegan options there are in the dining hall, which, by the way, was terrible. Yeah, my finances were a major source of stress because I was completely on my own and I was trying to make sure my bills were paid and I was trying to not get stressed about student loan debt. And so I am very glad to be able to say that, especially in the last 2 years, I have made a lot of progress financially. I think I've been pretty responsible in terms of how I use my money, how I spend it. I've learned some good skills, but you know, I'm proud of 20-year-old me because I was thinking about these things and I was being mindful. I'm very surprised I didn't ask any questions about politics because at this time I was a Bernie stan and that was Bernie 2016. I didn't ask anything about the election. Did I even anticipate? Well, yeah, Trump would have been the nominee at that point, right? No. Am I getting confused? Yes. Oh no, the primaries would have been that whole next spring and summer. So you have no idea. Let me tell you something. For the Republicans, there's going to be a lot of people in the running, a lot of people we don't like, including Donald Trump. And unfortunately, I must inform you that he not only receives the nomination, but also wins via the Electoral College. And we've spent the last 4 years struggling and sometimes just wondering if we're living in a nightmare because how is this real? We're coming up on, you know, the next election and I hope things go well. I hope Trump is defeated. But yeah, a lot of shit has gone down in the last 4 years. All right, so good for us for surviving and thriving and loving. And, you know, I'll see you every day, literally of our whole lives. But I will specifically see you, I don't know, in the next 5 years. Let's keep it clean, easy 5-year increments because we're a 10-5 baby and we love multiples of 5. Am I right? And we still do this same old outro that started out somewhat ironic. I'm sure I was making fun of someone going like, "Okay, thanks, bye." It was like an emo, maybe like a MySpace thing. "Okay, thanks, bye." B-A-I. We still say "Okay, thanks, bye" in this house, okay? Okay, thanks, bye.